TIL, a guide to London's prostitutes, including ratings of their looks and what sexual acts they performed, was published in the 18th century Harris's list of Covent Garden ladies. Well, you can read the book online. Doesn't quite have what I was interested in. I was curious what the services offered would look what would an 1800s prostitute offer compared to today. I'm still reading, but it's not listed very obviously. The guide is not super organized and truthfully just looks like a book of smut disguised as a guide. Still neat though. Also, the F&S thing is throwing me off. The Wandering Whore incorporates dialogue between Magdalena, a crafty whore, Julietta, an exquisite whore, Francione, a lascivious gallant, and Gusman, a pimping Hector, 6-7, with the caveat that it was disseminated only so that law-abiding folk might avoid such people. Oh my god, that's disgusting. What street specifically is this woman on so I can avoid her? I guess the anime interspecies reviewers was similar. Funimation cancelled a badly censored but still popular version in the US after a few episodes, but as it played out in most countries, including Australia, it is still easily findable on many search engines, such as Yandex, for streaming as interspecies reviewers uncensored. New Orleans had blue books that served the same purpose. Oh, it's great! Not just a fascinating, informative, funny book, but also a really good insight into the lives of women who history would have otherwise have forgotten, many of whom at the time probably didn't expect to be remembered at all, sadly. The prose in this wiki article is top-notch. As a self-declared pimp general of all England, the swaggering Harris amassed a considerable fortune, but his indiscretion proved to be his undoing. Miss Geordie of 69 Harlot Lane. Most excellent companion. Stout of build. Can drink you under the table. Very amicable. Strangely seems to always have the girl flu and can only do anal, star. Miss Claycamp, of No. 2 York Street near Middlesex Hospital, is described as one of the finest, fattest figures, as fully finished for fun and frolic as fertile fancy ever formed. I don't see how this could possibly be accurate even a month after publication. Sure, the houses of prostitution would still be there probably, but prostitution is a high-turn industry. Boswell's London Journal is worth reading if you want a first-person account of a typical upper-class John from that period. I'm too lazy to Google it. Anyone know why they spell description and pleasure with an F instead of an S, but still use an S in parts in Metropolis? And a few women are even treated as pariahs, perhaps having fallen out of favor with the list's authors, who are never revealed. I would like some examples. Imagine how long you'd have to be a prostitute to be included a book. This isn't a time when each letter was a piece of metal placed by hand. I am surprised nobody has mentioned this, but this kind of thing exists today. Escort massagette review sites exist for today's information-seeking John. I'm pretty sure Craig had a list like that, only they charged flowers instead of dollars. Though you couldn't actually pay in flowers, only dollars. Here these motherfuckers are taxing the shit out of the colonies to pay for the 7 Years' Wars while coming out with a whore's agate book at home. They made a period drama inspired by this called Harlots. Was quite a fun show. Shame it got cancelled. I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, a number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda. Very interesting. I found one online that mentions one of the women is not over 19. And how old is she exactly? With the caveat that it was disseminated only so that law-abiding folk might avoid such people. I thought I read once that the first books published tended to either be Bibles or guides to whorehouses in the local area. This book is mentioned repeatedly throughout Diana Gabaldon's Outlander series, and is an entertaining inclusion. This is still being done today. There are reviews and ratings of prostitutes online in different cities worldwide. They had one for Aberdeen, and they had hygiene ratings from 1-5 fish, and threat ratings of 1-5 knives. I wonder what his research consisted of. Did he write off visits with the ladies as business expenses? You know, it has been a while since I did a book report, but here I am wanting to do a book report. Covent Garden ladies sounds so much better than parking lot lizards or South Side skanks. 18th century England was pretty much the opposite of 19th century England, morally speaking. According to my grandfather, Pompeii had brothels with menus of acts and characteristics. No need to click. Basically every service is described as a jolly good rogering. This exists today as a website. A cursory internet search will yield your results. How was £20 in 1661 affordable? It was about $6,000 in today's purchasing power. PDF copy of the 1793 edition. I want to see the book written by the sex workers that rates all the Johns. I would love to get my hands on an actual original edition of one of these. When will they be issuing an updated guide? How many pages would that be? There's an app, okay, a website for that, and now, we have the internet. The wheel turns, and returns. You know how I know you watched a YouTube short yesterday? This will come in handy when you want to come in hand. You've heard of Michelin stars, now here's Harris crabs. They were therapists available for men with hysteria. There's a prostitutes graveyard in London, kinda cool. Guys, I have an idea for an app. It's like Facebook. The source material for interspecies reviewers.